Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I am going to speak about Article 370. Not what 370 means, but the aftermath of the implementation of the revocation of Article 370, and along with that, the 35A that went out of the window. Today, the government has actually imposed certain restrictions on crowd movement, media reporting from various parts of Jammu and Kashmir, especially the valley. What we saw during Eid was more or less a crowd control, small incidents here or there. But that is not what I am going to get into. Today, it's about the battle of narratives. A desperate Pakistan, having failed diplomatically, militarily, and also strategically, now aims to take on India through their old friends in the media in our country. Aided and abetted, as we saw today, the Pakistan is indicating that they have friends in Congress, Mamata Banerjee, the communists, certain newspapers have been named, certain media people have been named, saying these are our friends. Let's kind of target India through them. If you don't call these people traitors, what will you call them? They are traitors. But then we should not give up. Our job is to fight back that narrative. The same narrative, negative narrative, that BBC and Al Jazeera peddles. The same narrative that Washington Post and New York Times peddles. We need to have a counter strategy for each of these. This is why I feel that BJP's media cell has actually fallen short even before. There needs to be an aggressive tit-for-tat response, not just from the government in terms of clamping down on Twitter handles which are spreading hate against this country, but also more importantly, to give back in the same rote what they gave back to us. This is extremely important, because the more negative news that Pakistan-based sympathizers of the terror groups in India will do, the more certain publications in India, certain television channels for India will amplify. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what we all need to do. We need to fight back, and the time has come now. To start with, we need to ensure that every story, and I mean it, every story that appears in any form of media, be it a Twitter, be it on Facebook, be it on television, be it on any form of media, should be countered with facts and figures. If the Pakistani claim that there have been hundreds dead in police firing, we need to challenge that and show them the true picture. And that is what we are all here for. The government can do only as much and so much. But we need to ensure that the traitors in our backyard are tackled very hard. For example, if you take today's statement by Priyanka Vadra, she says it has been unconstitutional. It has been done through the back door. Rahul Gandhi claims that there was so much of violence that they had to call off a CWC meeting to elect a president. And then we have Digvijay Singh parroting the Pakistan line as usual. But there are some saner voices in the Congress. Dr. Karan Singh, for example, who comes from the same family that used to rule Jammu and Kashmir. More importantly, we need to also look at others. Look at the way Jyotiraditya Scindia has responded. Look at the way some congressmen who in private have admitted that what Modi Sarkar has done is correct. But that is not my take. My take is very simple. Do we want the Omar Abdullahs and the Muftis to succeed? Do we want their narratives to come to the fore? Definitely not. We will never allow that. And we should not allow that. Because they are the rabble-rouses funded by Pakistan who will try and egg the crowd of young men and women in the valley. They have done it in the past, but we have defeated them. Now the time has come to clear the definite narrative. We need to really clamp down on this narrative. And that's why I keep repeating the same word. Because we might have won the military battle. We might have won the strategy battle. We might have won the diplomatic battle. We might end up losing the media battle. That is where the government needs all our support. Every story, every report, we need to kind of counter it, as I said before. We need to ensure plenty of things. For example, take the media, take the BBC, for example. They are bent upon kind of bringing the negative traits of what happened in the Kashmir Valley. We saw certain videos which, when the government of India asked them for proof by way of raw footage, They say they don't have it. These are spliced and edited videos which are definitely aimed at harming the Indian nation. More importantly, we need to also counter what Article 370 abrogation means for the people of Ladakh, for the people of Jammu, and for the people of Kashmir. Three distinct regions. Things like reservations, for example. Under the earlier rule of Article 370, the SC, STs and BCs were never getting reservations. And so were the Safai Karmacharis who had continued to do the jobs, because if they left it, they would be losing the citizenship. That a girl from Kashmir could not marry a gentleman from India and still retain her citizenship and her property rights. But a Pakistani could do it. A Pakistani could marry a Kashmir girl and still have the citizenship. That's the irony of it, ladies and gentlemen. We need to kind of push these stories, push the facts and figures to the forefront. Kashmir always took the major part of the money that was allocated to them. Jammu got next, and Ladakh hardly got anything. As we saw in that excellent speech by the Ladakh MP other day, Jamyang Sering, he actually put forth specific views about what is the difference between Leh and Kargil, and how did the politicians in the valley control the funds flow to various parts of the state. The Omar Abdullahs, the Sheikh Abdullahs, the Farooq Abdullahs, the Muftis, both the father and the daughter, have destroyed Jammu and Kashmir. We will not allow this to happen again. Never again. And for that, it is your responsibility, it is my responsibility, it's our responsibility to ensure that we carry forward the positive stories from the abrogation of Article 370 and 35A. We need to tell our nation, because we have certain traitors in our country, people like Vaiko, who doesn't even know the geography of Jammu and Kashmir, speaking about the fact that in the 100th year of Indian independence, Kashmir will no longer be a part of India. Who is he? Karti Chidambaram questioning Rajnikant about his statement on Article 370. Who is Karti Chidambaram? A criminal who's out on bail, questioning somebody, a film star who knows more than he. This, ladies and gentlemen, are the people employed by Pakistan. The Karti Chidambaram, the Digvijay Singh, the Rahul Gandhi, the Priyanka Vadras and others. Arundhati Roy, as he was mentioned yesterday. These are the people we need to kind of counter, because they will keep on peddling these stories. I can't take names of all the media people. There are plenty of them who are paid agents of the Congress, who are paid agents of the communists, and of course the paid agents of Pakistan's ISI. If you remember the Mitrokin archives, which actually emanated from Russia, which showed that at one point in time in the early 60s and 70s, the Soviets controlled almost all of Indian media. This is now happening. Pakistan's ISI is funding conferences, funding trips, and doing what not, just to ensure that their story gets carried. We have the work people like the Quint, the Print, and other publications which peddle these false narratives. We have television channels like NDTV, which everybody knows is a mouthpiece of Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to fight back, and the time has come. It's now or never. Thank you.